Scorpio Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers. Welcome to your Timeless Chakra Read, and I am your reader, Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short. They're my initials. Professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998, 24 and a half years. At the time of this timeless recording, serving, loving it so much. I am the author of Words of Grace from a Professional Witch, available on Kindle. There is a link in the description box. You can preview it for free, and I am a creator on Patreon, patreon.com/Drawing the Circle. It's up there. Live streaming there every day with all of my patrons, all of my subscribers there, with an unlisted YouTube live stream link so they can chat with me every morning over on the couch, doing it from the laptop, cup of coffee, bathrobe, talking about the day's astrological weather, the magical applications, the spiritual implications, always ending with a little prayer, a little blessing, a little something to send us on our way. My favorite way to start the day, truly, truly, truly. As well as all of my subscribers get all of the extended readings. Part 1 on YouTube. There is a Part 2 on Vimeo on demand if you want a pay-per-view. Blessed be if you do, which also rhymes. But all of my subscribers across the platform get all of the extended readings, past, present, and into the future, as long as they remain subscribers, as well as there's a whole lot of other stuff on there. Just go look, see how much content is on there, and check out our different levels of subscription. We've got seekers, humans, heroes, angels, witches, immortals, mystics, gods, goddesses as one thing. Gods, goddesses, subscribers, and the gods, goddesses get everything because they're the gods, goddesses. So if you want a deeper experience, more magic, more miracles, more mysticism, more Mal, or you just want to support my work, come play Patreon on Patreon. It'll be worth your time and your money, I promise, because I am the Archangel of Lyons, Angelo Lyons. You can call me Mal. Hi. I'm in a good mood today. Let's roll with it. Timeless Chakra Reads are fun for me. There are no extendeds for these. So let's get down to business. It's 11 cards on the table. 7 of them are tarot. I'll explain the rest as we go. But the point of these is to help the in this case, Scorpio Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers as well, come into alignment, heal, create, take the inspiration from the 8th chakra, bring it all the way down into the root chakra, take what's coming in from the root chakra, alchemize it into golden wisdom. You'll see as we go. And there are links in the description box, particularly for videos from Carolyn Myss, MYSS. She's a PhD. These are her archetype cards. Stuff about Anatomy of the Spirit, the book that changed everything for me, one of many of her Sacred Contracts. There's a lot of cool links in there if you want to go deeper into chakras, because there's Eastern, there's Western, there's all sorts of different takes on your electrical systems, right? Your chakric energy field and all that jazz. So it is a general read. Please take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and check your other signs, particularly if you see a repetition of this first card that's about to hit in the title, because it's an archetypal thing. And cross watchers, if you take in this information, you're probably going to get a lot of insight, compassion, and understanding for the Scorpio you are cross watching for. But if you apply this to yourself, the information, not only will, one would think, heal and align and grow and evolve, but also help the one you are cross-watching for, as well as the entire Scorpio Collective, because that's how unity works. There's only one of us here. So that being said, both feet on the floor if you can, focus on your breath if you will. I will do my best to get you the clarity, guidance, and grace to help heal this world, one video at a time, one reading at a time, one client at a time, one Patreon live stream at a time, so that we make this world a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser, more aligned, fair, just, wonderful place to be. Worth it. Please take a nice deep breath. From explanation to divination shifts at the still point. And here we go. Using the Carolyn Myss archetype cards, I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine for the Scorpio Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers watching this video, receiving this reading. What is the dominant 8th chakra archetype they need to be aware of, hovering over their head, sending down the codes to all the other chakras in terms of the electromagnetic dynamics of what they attract and what they repel. So hopefully they will no longer delay what cannot be prevented in terms of their growth, their evolution, their healing, their alignment, their fulfillment of their sacred contracts, working with the chakras. Shift 1, they all shift a little bit, but what's the dominant story going on here? The 8th chakra archetype for the Scorpio collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, and or cross watchers in this Timeless Chakra Read. This is the first one we turn over. The next 7 go face down, you'll see. The child archetype, the divine child archetype. I think this is the 3rd or 4th. I don't have the list over here. I have it over by the laptop. The child archetype, I'll explain it. There are 5 different families, sacred contracts, 5 different categories of archetypes. Survival, everybody has the 4 survival archetypes. The child, the victim, the saboteur, the prostitute. There are tons of videos for free on YouTube on this subject. It's the trunk of the tree, and all the other 8 families are branches. Well, if the trunk isn't healthy, if it's not surviving, the others wither. So everybody has the child archetype, but maybe not everybody has the divine child archetype. I do, big time. Now, written on this card is the shadow attribute. That's the lead. That's the toxic. That's what needs to be healed, what you don't want to look at, deal with, and if you are looking at it and dealing with it, you don't want anybody to know. The light is the gold, the healthy. 3 atoms in between lead and gold on the periodic table. That's why we'll be using the Whispers of Lord Ganesh, remover of obstacles, to help you with that. Now, certainly everybody has the child archetype. You might be dealing with the divine archetype, the divine child archetype within you for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. You can have all of the sub-patterns, I kind of do, in the child archetype, and they all get their turn at bat, so to speak. But you could also be dealing with somebody who is, yes, in the divine child archetype pattern, but it's your lesson, your alchemy as well. Shall we? The shadow attribute, inability to defend oneself against negative forces. I had night terrors growing up as a kid because it was a lot. It was a little clairvoyant empathic Sigma empath. I just learned that I'm a Sigma empath. Great, 54. They could have let me know sooner. Yeah, I know, I don't look it. Thanks. So that's the lead, right? Inability to defend oneself against negative forces like a child, right? I mean, if you want to go there, Bethlehem. I'll just leave that on the table, right? The light attribute, innocence, purity, and redemption suggests a special connection with the divine. Hello! Since birth, since jump. But the key there really is innocence. The child archetype, regardless of the sub-pattern, is the guardian of innocence and safety. It determines the scale of shadow to light, lead to gold from the childish, Pee Wee Herman, though I love him, and the Dalai Lama, right? Neither one of them literal children. Well, one's a character, one's His Holiness, but you sort of get the archetype, right? That divine child, that innocence and redemption, right? To say, hey, look, it's okay. We're children. We're learning, right? Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Let's get the next 7 cards down, which will be the chakras proper, right? From crown down to root, but we're going to do the heart, throat, third eye, crown, the next 4 down with the Daughters of the Moon Tarot. The feminine energy, the internal, the yin, has nothing to do with biological gender, but this is the world behind your eyes. And Scorpios, we know y'all can keep that stuff, let's put it that way, hidden. Let's see what hits the table. Please take a nice deep breath. Divine child, you. Still point. As I call upon my goddesses of water, the sign of Scorpio, powers of the West, please, 4 cards face down for the Scorpio collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers watching this video, receiving this reading, dealing with the divine child archetype in the 8th chakra, what's going on in their crown chakra, their spiritual power, because 8th chakra is mystical power, this is the spiritual power, third eye, their mental power, Throat chakra, their willpower, choices, decisions, spit, swallow, or chew, and their emotional power, water signs that they are, in their heart chakra. What do they need? To be aware of there, because you know that purity and that innocence emotionally can be tricky. So what do you got for them there for the Scorpio collective? That one, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Cross watchers watching this video, receiving this reading, we're just going to get the last three down with the mythic tarot, the masculine, the external, looking at yourself from the outside in, or you from the inside out, looking at people, places, and things, because these are about relationships in the physical world as well. Please take a nice deep breath. Like if anybody has read Anatomy of the Spirit, they're like, got it. Still point. Yeah, okay, this feels good. As I call upon my gods of water, the sign of Scorpio, powers of the West, please, gods of fixed water. 3 cards in clarity, face down for the Scorpio collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers watching this video, receiving this reading. The solar plexus, personal power, gut intuition there, their boundaries, what they will, what they won't, their honor code and all that. This is important. Their self-esteem is a verb, but their self-image is a noun. What's going on in their second chakra? Very Scorpio chakra. Money, sex, power, relationships to other people individually, addictions, because it's a relationship to a substance, but money, right? Creativity, sexuality, what's going on in their second chakra in this timeless read, and root chakra. Physical body, right? If there's physical healing, what's a good place to look? But it's also their tribal relationships, like every bone in their body is a member of the skeletal tribe, but also their families, their circle of friends, or political part, anything 3 or more that they're connected to, including all of humanity, it's a tribe. So what's going on in their root chakra in this timeless chakra read? Boom. Let's go. 8th chakra over the head, and in the crown, Ace of Pentacles. Nukwa. Now, there is something in your crown that has such a potential, right? It's a seed. You could crack it under your heel, you could plant it, you could feed it to a squirrel, but it's there. You may not have languaging for it yet, because languaging starts in the 3rd eye. The crown chakra is the satellite dish, 1,000-petaled lotus. Imagine that, right? A violet lotus at the crown, bringing in something potential. Now, earth element on the inner, it's probably not about the brain specifically. That's a little too direct. My sense of that is this is a nugget of wisdom that is being given to you from this divine child, so to speak, because of an intimate, special, if you like, relationship with the divine. So this next one, element of air, is going to probably be key. And you've got the 6 of blades, manipulation, but in the 3rd eye, that's about seeing things differently. 6s are almost always, well, at least in numerology, about balance and harmony, but also seeing things differently, right? Giving that a spin, right? Like political spin, right? The stories we tell ourselves, and are they healthy? And there's no reverse to this card, all right? That's why I do that, so you can get the visual of it, right? The double-bladed axe there. So yeah, are you mentally being manipulated? I don't know that that's the case, but certainly you might be turning things over in your mind, but I would think in a healthy way in terms of this nugget that, I don't know if you're aware of it in your crown chakra, but keep seeing things differently. It's like a combo lock, and it drops down. Not a good sound effect. Not so much. Throat chakra, oh my goodness, this is like the 4th reading, I think, in a row where the Emperor has come up. Last reading I did was Libra. They had it in the heart chakra. I think Virgo or Leo had it in there. So in the Daughters of the Moon Tarot, a feminist deck, they don't do a lot of patriarchal imagery, and I love and respect that. So instead of the Emperor and the Hierophant, they bring them together as Pan, P-A-N, the healthy, divine, masculine energy. Now, it is a major arcana card, obviously, and the amalgamation of the two is very powerful in a sense because they're both about, stages, right? The Emperor is the consolidation, or the amalgamation is a better word, of all of the kings in the tarot, in the court card system, the cardinal area. So, of course, there's a creative element there, but it's masculine energy, and throat chakra is where you spit, swallow, or chew. It's your willpower. The Hierophant aspect, though, is that it can be about conformity, but so is like going to college, right? It's like if you want to get the degree you want, you have to take a certain curriculum, yeah? So there's something here. There's something that you may be chewing on, but something that I feel like you have. This is totally your free will, your choice or decision, and the difference between a choice and a decision is intensity, right? I can choose to watch something on TV, or I could decide to move to another, another country. There's the difference, right? So there's nothing wrong with chewing on something until you're ready to spit or swallow. Heart chakra, you got the Scorpio card, Hecate. The Crone of Cups, the Scorpio card, which would be the Queen of Cups in traditional tarot. 8th chakra dynamic. There you go. They always put the right cards in my hand. Everything else is about listening to what I'm kind of tuning into here. Your emotions are probably really wicked fucking guarded right now, or there is such a profound transformation taking place. When you have a court card on the inner, and it's not your sun, moon, rising, or Venus sign, it's usually not about another person, right? But it's about an astrological house dynamic. 8th house is money, sex, power, transformation, mysticism. And mysticism is enduring mystery for an intimate relationship with the divine that you can revel in emotionally, particularly in the heart chakra. Fixed water, focused, fertile water. I love that. So obviously, for the Scorpio collective, your heart feels like a bit of, I don't know if leverage is the right word. I like that word, right? But it feels like, feel what you're feeling there deeply and intently, but you may not be putting it out there just yet while the mind spins it, because there is this nugget of if you can just even tense, like, do you ever get those scalp tinglies? Like when, I don't know, you hear a certain song or something and you get that, I get them not all the time, but it's those petals of the lotus opening, and the jewel at the center of the lotus, Om Mani Padme Hum, in Sanskrit, is the gem of compassion. And that's always wise, to be compassionate with yourself. And so it's okay if you're not sharing every single feeling, intuition, heart stuff you got going on here, but you are feeling it deeply, one would think, because you're going to anyway, particularly Scorpio moons, I would think. Let's look at the solar plexus. What's going on in the outside? Oh, High Priestess and the solar plexus, you ain't talking about nothing. In between the two pillars, the white and the black. Style. Yeah, High Priestess, this is Persephone underground, no longer the maiden of spring or the lady of summer. Here she is, queen of the underworld, holding some wilted daisies and a pomegranate, ready to raise that torch, guide the souls, and take her role for 6 months out of the year. Yeah, I would say your solar plexus intuition is probably right on target, but it's personal survival intuition. Really keep an eye, a feeler on your solar plexus, because if there's something that you're about to do, a choice or decision, or something comes into your energy field, I don't know if it's a threat or not, but if it's not in alignment with your soul's honor code, you'll know it. It makes a little fist, right? It's where we feel anger before it makes its way up. So there's all sorts of in there, but deep secrets, but I don't think you're talking about this with anybody. So what's going on? 2nd chakra, Scorpios, Ace of Cups, Aphrodite, sweet and flighty, hovering there with her see-through nightie. Well, we think it's see-through. She could just be naked. She is a goddess. Ace of Cups is certainly a seed of love. Now, you got an Ace of Pentacles in your crown and an Ace of Cups in your 2nd chakra. I'm going to say that there's a connection there. The love that you're feeling, and that can be self-love. An emotional offer coming to, again, in a general reading, because you could say that maybe there's someone in your personal sphere who is acting as high priest or high priestess there, considering you've got the Hierophant there as well. There could be a line there. It doesn't feel that way. It does feel like there is this, now, that does not have to be romantic sexual, just because it's Aphrodite. The Ace of Cups is the Ace of Cups. But it can certainly be a giving or receiving, because two would be mutual, right? So it is that, and that's probably more about a relationship with somebody else. But we'll see. Root chakra. Three of Wands in the root chakra. Sure, you're waiting on some things to happen. I'll say that with the Three of Wands. You know, waiting for ships to come in, Rider-Waite Tarot. But it's also about reassessing your loyalty. It's really about saying, what am I willing to wait for? That's why what's going on in your solar plexus is really important. So doesn't this make sense? If you can really tune in as you go throughout this, right? Checking in with that solar plexus. Does this feel honorable? I don't care if anybody else thinks it's honorable. How does it feel to me? And if it goes, then no. If your solar plexus twitches, it doesn't feel good, makes a fist, right? Then no. Here's a good example, and I know these readings are long, but this is a good one. When someone asks you to lie, all right, well, if it's a surprise party and we're going to scare the crap out of Katie, then yeah, I'm in, man. I'm totally in. What do you want me to do? Reason, season, lifetime, I'm in, right? But will you tell my partner I was with you when I'm really going to be over there? Oh, no. Right? If you want to throw up in your own mouth, the answer is no. So, you know, keeping silent about this is understandable, but really check with that, because you're in the physical world. You're really looking at where are my loyalties here? Where do my loyalties lie? Now, obviously with the Ace of Cups in the second chakra, that could be romantic sexual. I'm not taking it off the table. But remember, your innocence is in play here, right? So, you know, inability to defend oneself against negative forces, which might be the temptations to go against your own gut. Scorpio, don't do it. But innocence, purity, and redemption. This could be a reconciliation with somebody as well, but you're still not ready to talk about it yet because things are still moving in the third eye. Boom. Let's go from Tarot Town to Oracleville, though technically the Macon Healing Mantra deck and the Carolyn Myss archetype cards are not divination, they are healing systems. But that being said, we've also got the Whispers of Lord Ganesh and the Chakra Reading cards by Rachel Sharman to kind of indicate which one here is a good place to go in. Shall we? Let's get your mantra to put this all together. Please take a nice deep put it all together. Please take a nice deep breath. This feels good though. And that did feel yummy on the shuffle. Still point. Alright. Alright. I call upon the Ascended Masters of Survival. You've done that with each of the survival archetypes in this series. Ascended Masters of Survival, right? It's like, you know what we have to do to survive as immortal beings in a world that thinks everything is separate. It's not that much fun, particularly in surviving with our innocence intact or to alchemize it back intact. I hit the sack. It's been too long. I'm glad to be back. What do you got for them? The perfect healing mantra to help them align this with the Divine Child in the 8th. Ace of Pentacles in the crown. 6 of Blades, manipulation, but neutral, up to them in the third eye. The Emperor Hierophant, Pan in the throat chakra. Hecate, Scorpio in the heart. High Priestess, Persephone in the solar plexus. Ace of Cups, Aphrodite in the second chakra, and 3 of Wands, Jason and the Argonauts in the root in this Timeless Chakra Read. It's my favorite one. Inviting Ecstasy. I am worthy of all the pleasure my heart desires. I didn't have to look at the card. I am worthy of all the pleasure my heart desires. Look, it's not a spell, it's a healing mantra. Oh, I got spells. Yeah, no chemicals needed either for that. Dionysus' sacred vine. No, this is inviting it in, and it's about destiny, and it's an amazing mantra. So let me read it for you from the bookiness of the book. The bookie book. I highly recommend this deck as a healing system. Hope he puts out another one. Would love him to. I would buy it. Like yesterday. Illuminating the truth, inspiring others, integrating the ego, inviting ecstasy. Hey, ecstasy, want to hang? Please take a nice deep breath. Inviting ecstasy. I am worthy of all the pleasure my heart desires. I get such a kick out of doing that. When ecstasy is invited, you feel aligned and ready to receive all the miraculous and joyful gifts of experience the universe is ready to provide you, which says that there are things that the universe is ready to provide you, but you haven't invited it in yet. Ecstasy acts as a cosmic green light that grants your destiny, not your fate, which is lead, your destiny, which is gold, grants your destiny permission to enter, and that can be in all sorts of different ways. In many instances, pain can be healed and released once a healthy relationship with pleasure is established. And come on, we're talking about Scorpios. Yeah, a healthy sense of pleasure. Maybe. Not kidding. Not really. Dated a bunch of you. This mantra is ideal for increasing self-worth, elevating levels of excitement, and allowing bigger dreams. Honey, there's something coming in with those two aces. A new beginning. I think you already feel it, second chakra, but what's going on in that crown? Because they are connected. That nugget of wisdom, it's like a lesson has dropped. And to do this as the divine child, and you know, to say that it's a romantic relationship with the divine child, but everybody has, the toxic child in anybody, the leaded child, it's a nightmare, right? It's really, depending on the wounds of narcissism, neglect, codependence, and loss, abuse, neglect, codependence, and loss creates narcissists, right? That child, never my fault, your fault, my fault, your fault, poo-poo go down the hole. And that's not this. That is not what I am feeling here at all. But I dig it. Invite in ecstasy. And it's straight up heart chakra, right? It says it. I am worthy of all the pleasure my heart desires. Take that in deeply. And of course, everything that's in contrary to that within your energy pattern, your ancestral biochemical inheritance, all of that is going to come up for healing. And that's why I get not talking about this so much just yet, but you know, because Scorpios are such blabbermouths like nobody ever heard. Let's remove some obstacles, shall we, with the elephant-headed Hindu god of success and prosperity, the remover of the obstacles, Lord Ganesh. It is such an honor and a pleasure to tune to this particular divine being, because he's always wonderful. Please take a nice deep breath. It's like one of the best parts of my job right here. Still point. As I call upon the beloved Lord Ganesh, God of success, prosperity, and remover of obstacles, please, one card in clarity. Beloved one, what is your guidance, your grace, your love, your wisdom, your insight, your oracle message to help remove the obstacles of lead to gold, shadow to light, pain to peace, for the Scorpio collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs of the divine, child in the 8th, Ace of Pentacles in the crown, 6 of Blades in the 3rd eye, Pan, Emperor, Hierophant in the throat chakra, Scorpio, Hecate, goddess of the crossroads. There might be a very big decision, but it is an emotional one, and it is deep. And with High Priestess Persephone in the solar plexus, they're feeling it deep, but they ain't talking about it. And with that Ace of Cups in the 2nd chakra, they're feeling it, but they ain't talking about it. Because in the 3 of Wands in their root chakra world, they are looking at, they are reassessing what they're willing to wait for, what their boundaries are in terms of physical survival in this world as the divine child. So please, your guidance, your grace, your love, your wisdom, your power, your oracle to remove those obstacles for the Scorpio collective and crosswatcher. In this Timeless Chakra Read, it's literally a Scorpio word. Not so much personal, but transformation. Pluto, Hades, call it what you want. Scorpios are ruled by the god of death and transformation, but I think this is a bit perkier. I mean, at least he's got some colorful jewelry on. Personal transformation is how you alchemize shadow to light. Gee, what a shocker. He's sort of doing like the basketball thing on the tips of his fingers without them actually he's a god. They get perks like that. Sure, he didn't have to train very long. Might just be inherent. These are the things I think about. Card number 35. That 5 looked like a 3. Please take a nice deep breath. Breathe in the Lord Ganesh. Personal transformation, Scorpios. Personal transformation. Your soul is assisting you with creating changes to align you with your life's purpose. Inviting ecstasy is a pretty good way to get into that. Ganesha is pointing to the heavens and encouraging you to be open to new ideas. Ace of Pentacles in the crown chakra. And the growth of your spirit. Listen to the still, small voice within. High Priestess, Scorpio in the heart chakra. There you go. You may have been feeling a strong desire to obtain or experience a sense of meaning, inspiration, or purpose in your life. This is likely a time in which you are making some significant adjustments in your life, or maybe will be with that 3 of Wands as you sort through that. These adjustments are helping you in the process of changing yourself from the old you to the new you, and you will soon benefit from a fresh perspective on life. You're in a great place now for honoring the person who you truly are or want to be, rather than simply following a routine that has little meaning to you. Oh, it had meaning once, but we outgrow things. That's the point. This is a profound spiritual journey that you are experiencing, which brings greater meaning and purpose into your life. This will renew your inner energy. Eliminate everything in your life that is not essential to your transformation. Realize that some of your activities may be in place simply to act as buffers or distractions from what is truly important. Feel naked yet, Scorpio? Money, sex, power. Allow the changes that are taking place and trust that a period of greater calm and stability will follow. Ganesha is calling you to your destiny, giving your destiny the green light, inviting ecstasy. Your calls for guidance have not gone unnoticed, and you will ultimately find what you are yearning for. Bello. Molto bello. Personal transformation, though. Remember, the cookie dough does not enjoy becoming the cookie, but afterwards they're like, oh my god, look at me. Crunchy on the outside, chewy on the inside. Oh man, I gotta go get myself another box of Nantuckets. I love those are my favorite cookie. Pepperidge Farm remembers. So we got a divine child inviting ecstasy through personal transformation. I don't know how I got all that to fit in the title, but oddly enough, before I do. So let's get our last card down. This is a great read. Look, sometimes the scripts are written so that we have to take these big challenges in life to be authentic and follow our bliss. Thank you, Joseph Campbell. But that's why divination is helpful, but the free will is all yours. That's the whole point. It's like GPS. You don't have to take the route described, yeah? So let's get our last card down. As I said, the chakra reading cards by Rachel Sharman or Rochelle Sharman. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you and I love your work. As we're doing the 8 chakra system here, this one does the 9 because it does the Earth Star beneath your feet, which I see all the way down at the heart of the planet, the heart of the mother. But you do you. Let's see what your higher selves have to say. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Those are ocean wave sounds, by the way, in case you were wondering. As I call upon the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above, beloved ones, please, one card in clarity for the Scorpio collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers watching this video, receiving this reading, the chakra reading that would be helpful, right? To help them, give them a beginning point, right? Give them a little clue, a little tip, a little hint, and an affirmation from the bookie book for the Scorpio collective, with the Divine Child archetype in the 8th, Ace of Pentacles in the crown, 6 of Blades in the 3rd eye, Emperor Hierophant Pan in the throat, Hecate, Scorpio, Crown of Cups in the heart, High Priestess Persephone in the solar plexus, Aphrodite, Ace of Cups in the 2nd chakra, and 3 of Wands, Jason and the Argonauts in the root chakra, inviting ecstasy, because we're all worthy of all the pleasure our hearts desires, but on the healthy vibe, which is why perhaps removing those obstacles with personal transformation might be essential. So what do you got for them? The perfect chakra read. Higher selves of all involved in this timeless chakra read, which is redundant. Listening. Pretty sure that's throat chakra. That looks very blue. Throat chakra. Listening. But I'll tell you right now, this is about listening this way. Listen to your gut. But considering throat chakra is also choices, interesting that would highlight, because I'm pretty sure, card number 24, I'm pretty sure, yep, that is in the throat. A chakra, a chapter. All right, listening, here we go. Itty bitty, teeny tiny little micro font, but it's really well written. Please take a nice deep breath. Breathe into that throat chakra. Like, look at that card. Like, there's a lot going on there. Breathe. Listening, throat chakra. You've drawn this card today to let you know it's time to take note and listen. Messages and guidance come in many forms, and you are being asked to stop for a moment and listen to the wisdom that is coming your way. And it feels like it's coming your way vertically, not necessarily horizontally, right? This way, not this way. Although this is helpful, right? You may have asked for a sign or some guidance recently. The answer will be revealed if you listen carefully. The most profound guidance comes from within, and it's time to start listening and trusting your own soul, which is on the table in the heart, throat, third eye, crown stuff. But you're allowed to play with it in your mind for sure. Third eye. Take some time to meditate and explore the silence in order to hear the powerful words of divine guidance coming from within you. And yeah, finding silence is tricky in this world, but you do it through listening, right? So just take a few seconds and just listen to the waves in the background. Didn't you get still, right? So it's not that hard. Also, Power of Now, Eckhart Tolle. Highly recommend it. Answers may also come via songs all the time. All the time. Other people's conversations or some other external source sharing this wisdom with you. Listen carefully to what is being presented to you at this time. This card can also suggest that you are not listening deep enough at present. It could be that someone is sharing how they feel or their perception of a situation, and you have not been listening with an open heart. Wow. Scorpio, Hecate in your heart chakra, that might be. People will always have different perceptions and experiences, and it's important to allow both sides of the story to be heard and expressed. And that, yeah, I get that. People will always have to, when we can understand this and not take people's expressions personally, Don Miguel Ruiz, we can be open to a world of unconditional love and communicate more from a place of love and understanding. Listen deeper in the silence, and your answers will be revealed in divine timing. The affirmation: I listen contently and hear the words of wisdom loud and clear. And I'm telling you, it's coming in through the crown chakra there, right? And that's why that Six of Blades. Can you be the still point with those wheels turning? You can, but what I also love is, again, right next to each other, personal transformation right next to the Queen, well, Queen of Cups, Crone of Cups, Scorpio, Hecate, a chthonic goddess, certainly about transformation, but usually through life-changing decisions and decisions of the heart. I would think for Scorpio would be key. So, we're going to do a little blessimation. It's a combination of a blessing and a summation. I do it at the end of everything. At the end of that, I will release the Scorpio Collective and the Crosswatchers from my energy field by letting the hidden goofy in me come out, letting the ha-ha and the ho-ho off the leash, because it's a fun way to let you all go. And I love you. Please take a nice deep breath. He said, crossing his second chakra with his arms. Still point. Yeah, there really are no womp-womps in this read. As I call upon the protective and collective pantheons of the divine for the Scorpio Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and Crosswatchers watching this video, receiving this reading, may they be blessed with all that they need, that they can alchemize that divine child back into the innocence, purity, and redemption, and really connecting with that special connection they have with the divine, with this Ace of Pentacles, seed of wisdom dropping down into the 8th chakra with the 6 of Blades, balancing it, thinking at it, turning it around, looking at it differently, with the Emperor Hierophant Pan in the 3rd chakra. This is all theirs, right? They're in control of this, but they can do it in stages and learn as they go with that Scorpio truth of who they are at their heart. This may be a heart's desire thing, but regardless, there is an emotional transformation going in place, and it may be that it's their emotions that transform all of this as this energy makes its way down, and it would make sense they wouldn't be talking about it, that they're keeping it secret, they're keeping it safe, just like in the Lord of the Rings, but feeling it deeply and really paying attention to their solar plexus. If something feels off, don't do it. Yeah, right? Spit, swallow, or chew. They're in control here. But there's definitely this choice, this decision, throat chakra cough, has to do with some kind of one-on-one situation here with that Ace of Cups, which could be about anything, but I'm going to have to say with the Ecstasy card and listening, this feels like a one-on-one relationship with another person and could be romantic, right? But perceptions change, but perception is not vision. The sun does not rise in the east and set in the west if the planet turns on an axis, which ours does. And so, yeah, give them what they need to really reevaluate and look at what they're willing to wait for, what they're not, what they're willing to sacrifice, what they are not, in terms of how they survive in this world, but as the divine child, inviting in ecstasy, because it's not a question of their worth. They are worthy of all the pleasure their heart's desires. That's true for all of us, and that's a way for us to have a healthier relationship with pleasure. As a personal transformation, don't seek not to change the world, seek to change the way you see the world. Course in Miracles 101, right? To transform themselves, give them what they need to do that. And certainly with the throat chakra choices, highlighting the Emperor Hierophant Pan to listen this way, and maybe even solar plexus, second chakra this way, so that everyone involved here can come into alignment, heal, grow, learn, evolve, be the best that they can be, fulfill their sacred contracts, their role in the ineffable great plan for the well-being of all and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. So motivate. And so it is. That was good. Not a womp in here. Not for a Scorpio, at least, right? So if you liked it, hit the thumbs up. It is the only way, aside from me posting these things every 10 seconds, for people to find the video. So please do. And if you want more of me here on YouTube, just, I don't know, subscribe, right? Hit the notification bell, because these readings are being done way in advance, because I have to call for jury duty in a couple of days and see if they want me. You know they're going to say yes. Yeah, do that. And if you want more deeper experience, more magic, more miracles, more mysticism, more magic, just go check it out. See what I'm offering over on Patreon, patreon.com/jointhecircle. I love it there. I love it. I'm not allowed to lie anyway. My intuitive skill is based exactly on that, pretty much, and the vows of confidentiality. But that being said, I really think if you are a creative type to go check it out for yourself. I'm recommending it to all of my artistic friends, and I'm a mystical artist, but I know dancers and all sorts of creators, so check it out for yourself. And if you want to book me for a private reading, that's even easier to do. There's a link in the description box called Booking a Reading with Mel. It explains everything you ever wanted to know about booking a reading with Mel, but perhaps we're afraid to ask. Otherwise, hang in there. I love you. Go for it. Have at it. And may you be blessed with all that you need, my beloved Scorpios. Just listen, transform, and invite ecstasy. Sounds like a good formula. Hell, farewell. And blessed, blessed be.